that has worked far better for our business than I was really anticipated. And now we recruit pretty much exclusively our juniors from Northcoders. I'm Doug Winter. I'm CTO of Isotoma. We're an agency and we've been going for 20 years. Agencies are all a bit different, obviously, but we've sort of ended up specialising in greenfield product build specifically. So that means relatively large projects, £250,000, £1 million, I suppose. So we do 2 to 3 of them a year. And those are full service. So we're doing user experience, we do the project management, we'll deliver it into production, we'll support it afterwards. So the full Monty, as it were. Whenever you talk about company values, it always sounds a bit cheesy. So there are a couple of different sorts of agency out there, actually. And there's definitely an agency model that involves working people really, really hard until they burn out, and then you sell it, and then it collapses, right? That is one sort of agency. We are not that kind of agency. We've been going a very long time. We always used to hire pretty traditionally, right? And hiring in your own image, actually, is what happens when you start a business. It can be a pretty bumpy ride, actually, to someone who's straight out of a degree. And often they've never really had either a proper job before. It's a very difficult hill to climb for them, actually, particularly landing on a software project, working with a team, working with a customer. We were looking at the successes we had and the failures, and I met someone from Northcoders. They talked about it. I thought it was worth giving it a go. And what struck us when we looked at the applicants was that so many of them had kind of real lives behind them. So it's like they were real people with experience and lots of skills that are kind of potentially transferable. But what we concluded was it was much easier for us to train people in those skills than it is to train them in communication skills and teamwork and all of those other things, right? And our first couple of recruits were great. I mean, genuinely fantastic, where they had, so one of them was quite a senior manager before she decided to do that. And it turned out they still really are transferable, kind of immediately. And we just had to adapt the way that we worked with them because they had this narrow skill set, right? So we have to try and fill in some of the rest of the training and support and just kind of be aware of that. But actually, that has worked far better for our business than I was really anticipated. And now we recruit pretty much exclusively our juniors from Northcoders. So the fit between what Northcoders train and what we use is actually very close. So we use TypeScript, primarily TypeScript, React, range of AWS, got a lot of AWS, Postgres databases. We also use Python. So what we found is that it brings a lot of the training kind of above the line, if that makes sense. It makes it much more visible. The people who come through a more traditional route, it's like we would typically have maybe someone who's on a second job, but they've got a computer science degree, they've got a couple of years. What happens is you don't really know what they know. And so often it's actually quite hard to train them because identifying the gaps is quite hard. And often they say they know something and then they kind of don't. And actually it's a bit catastrophic sometimes. So with the Northcoders graduates, you do know exactly what they know. And in particular, one of the things that we like is they've been trained really well in some things like Git, which those who do very well, absolutely crucial. You're really good at Git, actually. Quite hard to teach. So I'm not really equipped to teach people how to use Git, to be honest. I know what rebase is, but I couldn't explain it. So that's great. They've actually got those fundamental skills, which are quite hard for us to teach, because they've had real careers previously. They often know themselves, they know how to learn, effective at knowing when to ask questions, and those, do you know what I mean? Those sorts of things. They're like more senior juniors, so they're easier to work with in that respect. The early stages of recruitment are pretty procedural, right? There's managing risks of people and that kind of thing. And they've been really helpful in publicising the roles, getting people to sign up for them. The other thing I appreciate is it doesn't work like a recruitment agency. So it's actually pretty chill. It's quite easy. They're not trying to push people on me. It's just, like they're just happy because they're hired, really, which has been extremely helpful.